Hey everybody, and welcome to Sports Central. I'm Mark Jackson. My co-host, Mr. Neil Duncan, sitting in for the infamous, I should say famous. He is a famous guy, Hank Longo.
No. I'm the one that's here all the time. It's you two that keep rotating. Like you're celebrities out and about or something. No? Alrighty then. This segment brought to us by Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill, downtown Lakeland, one of our great sponsors. And I'm looking forward to this first segment because actually, he said I made him feel old. I was a senior in high school when he was playing at Purdue, so there's not much difference there. But I love when Coach Darner comes in and talks to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know him back then?
No, I didn't know him. He was a celebrity. I was a guy at home watching basketball games.
Oh, okay. So you just at Purdue, Big Ten school.
Yeah.
Purdue has had some really good basketball teams.
I didn't tell him I was an IU fan, but he was at Purdue.
Yeah, that's probably a good.
Coach, welcome to the show.
But he is sitting next to you. Hey, Linc, good to see you, man.
Thanks for having me on again.
Boy, you got a big season coming up here.
An exciting season.
Yeah.
We're ready. I think our players are ready to start playing. I think they're tired
All
of
five
practicing.
coming back, right?
We have all five coming back. We have our top 7 coming back. So we started 7 different guys last year, all at different times. So we're excited to see how our new guys do and how they mesh with our returners.
One thing I don't get, preseason polls have you ranked number 2. I think that's correct, right?
In the conference.
In the conference.
Yes.
I don't get it because, bringing back 7, top 7, and last year you won the conference. I think you were 9-7 in the conference, if I remember correctly.
And then won the conference tournament.
The tournament, yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable. It's like, maybe it's good to be the underdog in this game.
Well, I mean, the team that's picked first, St. Leo, returns everybody too.
Oh, okay.
And they beat us twice in the regular season, and we beat them in the conference tournament. So
right.
I think that's why they're
Okay.
slightly ahead of us, is because of that. They finished 3rd last year. We finished 5th. But we're ready to go. You never know. At our level, everybody brings in a lot of transfers. So on paper, just because we bring a lot of guys back doesn't mean that we're going to be one of the top 2 teams. Because there's a lot of good teams in our league this year.
Well, Coach, you're entering your 7th season at the school, and you've got 3 regular season titles and 3 tournament titles. How does this team compare to some of the other teams you've had going in early on in the season?
Well, coming in early, I think it's the deepest team that we've had. But we've already had 2 setbacks of injuries. Our two starters from last year, Garrett Putman and Brett Bailey, are both going to be out for a while. We're hoping to get Garrett back here in the next week or so. Don't really know on Brett. Brett, he had knee surgery this summer, and it's acting up, and he might need to go get it cleaned up again. We'll find out probably later today on him. But missing those 2 kind of has taken us down to 10 players again. But I think it's been the deepest team, probably the most experienced team I've ever had coming back. So those should be the good things. The good thing is here early we're going to get to play some guys that might not have played if those 2 have been healthy, and we get to see what they can do, which we scrimmaged the other night, and we saw some good things out of the scrimmage.
You mentioned St. Leo being top, bringing back their 5 top guys. Who else in the conference do you see going to give you a run for your money? Well,
I think Eckert's always very good. They return just about everybody. Rollins brought in 4 or 5 Division I transfers like they do every year. Nova's got about everybody back too. I think those are the teams that were picked in the top 5. Eckert lost 1 very good player in Lance Kearse that was Player of the Year in the league, but they return everybody else. And it all depends who did they bring in to fill his spot will be a big key for them.
Coaching changes. Anything significant in the conference?
No, it's been pretty
steady.
St. Leo's been really the only change in the last few years. Yeah. Caesar Odio, who played at Florida Southern on the national championship team, is taking the year off as he battles. I think he's got leukemia as he battles that. But he's been battling that for the last 4 or 5 years. But I think he's taking this year off, so they'll have a new guy running the program there. But it's a guy that's been his assistant for a while.
Knows the program, game plan, the whole deal, so you're not going to miss it.
We talk about missing Brett Bailey for a while. Of course, he averaged 14 points and 6 boards last year. But you do have back Seth Evans, who had 18 and 2 boards, and then sophomore guard from Polk County, Kevin Capers. Tell us a little bit about those 2 guys and how they might take up a little of the slack.
Well, I think we'll be a little bit different now because Brett is really our only low post scorer that can consistently get double figures probably for us. So we may be more of a perimeter-oriented team. But Seth had a great year for us, led the league in scoring in conference games, which I always think's the bigger key stat than a guy that leads the league in scoring overall, because we have a few teams here that really pad some stats against some teams that aren't real strong non-league. But he averaged 18, led the nation in three-pointers made last year, has really worked hard this summer, dropped about 10 pounds. I think he's gotten himself a lot better. Kevin, the ceiling's unlimited for Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of how hard he wants to work to get there.
Mm-hmm.
He could be in 3 years from now, he could be one of the best players to ever play here if he can step it up a notch with his work ethic. He's very talented, as fast as anybody I've ever coached with the basketball. He's going to go right. Everybody knows he's going to go right, and he still can get by him. He's improved, I think, on his shooting. He's gotten a little bit bigger. He's about 150 pounds last year. I think he's about 165. And then we have another guy that returns, Dominique Lang, that averaged about 11, 12 a game last year for us. If you come over to our gym, you will probably see either Dominique Lang or Seth Evans in the gym shooting on their own, together. Those two guys have put more time in this summer and this fall than any player I've ever coached. And they both deserve to have great years. I always tell guys, when you work hard, you'll have great rewards, and I think those two will this year for us.
Tonight, Friday, November 2nd, for those of you that are watching re-airs of this show, you'll already know the results, but at this point in time, we don't. Kick it off, preseason, St. Thomas. What's that going to do for you?
Well, I think one, it gives us just a chance to play. That's the biggest thing, is getting out and playing somebody different instead of playing ourselves. It's going to give us a chance to work on some things that we haven't been able to do against each other in practice just because of the style we play. It's very hard. We're a pressing team, but we also run on offense, and it's hard to press ourselves when we run.
Yeah.
So it'll give us a chance to work on our presses. It's a free event. If anybody's listening and they want to come out tonight, there's no cost to come to the game. It's an exhibition game, and we're going to play a lot of different guys. We're going to play a lot of different combinations to see who works and who plays well together.
Well, I was just going to say the history of Florida Southern. We talked about this the last few years when, like I said, I can't believe it's the seventh season already, but all the championships, and I pulled some of the records, obviously the national championship in 81, runner-up in 82, but you look at the number of NCAA appearances and all that. How does that help you in recruiting, and then how do you take that and go forward with the program in the direction you want it to be in?
Well, I think it's great for recruiting that Florida Southern has done very well. Not only in basketball, but all sports.
Right.
That there's a commitment level there to win. And for us, our goal is to keep doing what we're doing. Compete for the conference championship, and we've been very fortunate the last 5 years to be in the NCAA tournament, to get back there, and this year to get a step farther. This year the NCAA is doing something different. They're going to play the Division I and Division II national championships at the same area. So we're going to be in Atlanta for our national championship, which the Division I will play the Final Four on Saturday. We would play ours on Sunday, and that's one goal that we're shooting for. I think we have a team that is capable of getting there, but to get there, the ball's got to bounce the right way. You got to get through a year where you don't have any major injuries. A good thing for guys like Brett and Garrett is they're out now, and it's not January or February where they're out and they have to go. They're going to be out a month or two.
Right.
They're out now that they can get back and get healthy, and that's our goal. Our goal is to try to win our league, host the regional, win the regional, and get to the Elite Eight and try to get to Atlanta.
First game, November
15th
against Stillman, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yep.
Okay, some talent up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's first game, non-conference game, but still a formidable challenge to kick the season off, at least formally.
Oh yeah, it'll be a great challenge for us. Stillman, we played 2 years ago in the NCAA tournament, and they knocked us out. So when their coach called us, to talk to me about playing, I was all for it. And I told him we'd go there. Not very many of our teams, if you look at schedules, go and try to play very many road games or very many tough games. One thing that our schedule is this year is it's very strong. And they'll be a great team. They'll be very athletic. They'll get up and pressure us. We played them 2 years ago in the NCAA tournament, and at the 16-minute mark, it was 24-22. And they ended up beating us, I think it was 92-87. So it could be a wild up and down game, and it'll be a great atmosphere for our guys to go on the road. They normally draw pretty good, and they'll probably have a pretty good crowd there because we'll be a pretty big opponent coming in for them, and I think they'll build that game up.
I was just going to say, you said with the injury, the inside game may not be there as much as you would like it to be, so it might be more on the perimeter. In the past, I've seen your teams, you've had more of a perimeter team. Do you have those guards able to, I've seen you have 4 guards on the floor at a time a couple of years ago. Do you have those athletes in place to do that?
Yeah, we do. And it's the deepest team we've had.
Yeah.
But we do have that. We may be playing one guard more at the forward position right now with the injuries, just for the fact that he knows what's going on, and some of our newer guys don't. But we've got a lot of different guys we can play. We got a lot of different combinations. We can play big. We can play small. We can play 4 or 5 guards out there at a time and make it very difficult for teams to guard us. And with the way we play, we're trying to press and trap and do that. Is sometimes playing small might help us.
I know you certainly don't want to think about it now, but let's shift gears a little bit and talk about what you guys offer to young kids. Being Indiana guys, we know basketball being religion up there, and it starts at an early age. What camps and what things do you offer maybe for kids during games, things like that?
Well, the camps that we offer for little kids are during the summer, and we've gotten better. It's gotten a lot better. We've had great turnouts here recently. The thing, kids can come to our games for free. We don't charge for little kids to come. They can come watch. Anybody interested in being a ball boy, look us up, give us a call. We'd love to have you and things like that, and can be around the players and that. As kids get older, I think the thing that we offer kids that with the opportunity to come play is the style we play. You're going to get a chance to play.
Right.
And a lot of people always tell kids, well, we're going to play fast. We're going to play fast. Well, we've proven it over the course of 6 years here. We've led the league in scoring, I believe, every year. Even my first year when we weren't very good, we still scored a lot. We just couldn't stop anybody. Hopefully, this year, hopefully this year, that's one thing that we've emphasized a lot is about being very good defensively this year.
More information about the program, about what you guys are doing, all sports, I guess, for that matter. It's fscmox.com, correct?
Yep.
Okay. One of the things that
I just type in Florida Southern Athletics to get there.
Or just Google it.
Yeah, just Google Florida Southern. But if you really want it, www.fscmox.com. And you can get the basketball schedule, all sorts of other schedules, because the athletic program at Florida Southern is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just had a long, rich history. And we're certainly grateful, for all the talent you've been able to bring in.
Florida Southern certainly has the trifecta. They've got great academics.
Yep.
They're always voted the #1 campus.
Yep.
Frank Lloyd
Architecture and athletics. So,
in fact, I just saw Dr. Larry Ross this morning. Talked to him a little bit, and he's one of those guys that just asks you questions that make you think.
I don't even know what
You know where the word question comes from? The word quest.
All right.
Okay, it makes you want to read.
Coach, anything else?
I'm a wellspring of knowledge.
Yeah, you are. All right. Well, we appreciate your time coming in, and we wish you the best of luck, and maybe we can have you back on middle of the season. I know that gets a little hairy for you, but wish you luck and going for the 6th straight NCAA tournament appearance.
Thank you. Anytime. I'd love to come on again during the year.
Oh, that'd be awesome.